Like Renz, I'm going to tell you about a time in school when I felt like an awkward outsider. I wore glasses, I had braces, and I just didn't feel like I fit in. It's that age-old teenage story, right? But in this case, I'm 50 and not 15. I didn't finish college. I went to a local community college, and I fell in love while I was there. And we got married, and I started a full-time job to put him through school. Our parents didn't help, and we had to do it on our own dime. So the deal was he was going to finish his degree, get a job, and I would go to school then. So when he finished school, he got his dream job with IBM, and that brought us here to Northern Virginia. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it's expensive to live in Northern Virginia. And we couldn't do it on one income and pay back his school loans. So I got a full-time job and went to work and tried to do classes at night. I am a morning person, so that did not work out well for me. And I quit after a couple of classes with the idea, I'll go back one day. I had a great job, I really enjoyed, and days turned into months and months into years, and 30 years of deferment won't fit into this story, and you don't want it to. But we had a baby, and then we had twins, and raising 3 boys and working, my college goals just did not seem important anymore, and they didn't even really seem possible. But my husband never forgot our plan, and he kept nagging me, encouraging me to go back to school. It was crazy, right? I was so busy. I had been at my job for 25 years, and I had a great retirement, and I really wasn't that far away from retirement. But he was insistent, and God bless him, he was my registrar, my financial aid, my advisor, and my therapist. He figured out what I needed to do, he enrolled me, and I started my journey back to school, raising 3 boys, working, sitting on 3 nonprofit boards with braces. Did I mention the braces? They were full-on wire. None of those cool Invisalign ones that people don't notice. But that's another story, and that's only interesting to my dentist and my orthodontist. And looking back, I probably was taking on too much self-improvement at one time. But you can picture it, right? I've got my rolly bag of books, I'm sitting in the front row, I'm ready, got my pen in hand, I'm gonna take notes, and as awkward as I felt, I thought, I am gonna kill this college thing. I am older, I'm mature, I'm focused, and after all, I'm paying attention, not like the girl sitting next to me ordering shoes on her laptop during class. I'm like, college is gonna be easy. None of it was easy for me. Just navigating the technology was enough to send me back to my middle-aged life in the suburbs. Everything was online. Where was the syllabus? Why did they not pass out a syllabus? I had to go to the tech lab for help with all this technology, and the boy behind the counter, who's gonna help me, says, "Hey, aren't you Cameron's mom? Do you teach here?" Yeah, I am Cameron's mom, and no, I'm an undergrad like you, so I can't fly under the radar. I know I am not the first older person to go back to school, but in that sea of 19-year-old kids, I felt like I was. I worked really hard. I went to every class. I paid attention. I took copious notes with pen and paper. But sometimes that just doesn't cut it. My first paper, I worked relentlessly only to receive a C. And I cried all the way home. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I've been so hard on my boys. When they bring home C's, I'm thinking, you're just not trying hard enough. But sometimes you can do your best and you don't get an A. And that was not going to be the last time I cried. Many tears were shed over astronomy alone. If that class didn't kill me, nothing would. At 2 a.m. one morning, I'm working on Spanish homework, and I'm thinking to myself, I have to be to work the next day, and why am I putting my family and myself through this? I don't need a degree. I have a great job. I had other people asking me, what are you gonna do when you're done? And what are you gonna be when you grow up? And to be honest, there was no big change I wanted to make. It was just a goal that I wanted to meet. And through all the frustration and all the setbacks, my husband was right there encouraging me just to keep on going. And slowly, I caught on to the technology, and the terminology and the sociology of student life, but I still didn't fit in. I saw the looks on those kids' faces when they got teamed up with the old chick, and I was not happy about working with them either. But it was nonfiction English writing class that changed things for me. It was all group work. We had to sit in a circle, read each other's writing, and critique it. And I thought, how are these kids going to relate to someone their mom's age? When I started reading their writing, I got like this understanding of these students that I just like, they had such a variety of interests. One girl knitted through the class, another one brought in baked goods for everybody, and one kid called himself a drug enthusiast. That was a new term for me, and his stories scared me a little bit. But I had a view into the world of these young people that any parent would love. And I thought, I have so much to learn from them. And I have experience on another side of life that they haven't been to yet. I have something to offer. So I found my role. When a classmate would ask, does anyone have an extra pen? I do. Does anyone have any Advil? I do. Does anyone have a Band-Aid? I do. My mom purse provided all of those things when needed. And one time in the student union, there was a girl in front of me. She couldn't pay for her food. She had left her card in her dorm. So I bought her a meal. I could only think about my kid being at school and not being able to get his food. And I thought, I can't be there to help my kid, but maybe I can be there to help someone else's. So my last semester, I'm walking through the student union and I hear my name called across, and it's a group of these kids from the English class motioning me to sit with them. So we chatted for a bit, and then they asked me to sit with them at graduation. And I was like, I fit in. I have friends. So with the tireless support of my husband, my family, my friends, and by the grace of God, in May 2018, I graduated from George Mason University. And thank you. Thank you. As a team, my husband and I, we are both first-generation college students ourselves. We put each other through college, and it was a promise kept and a goal met. Thanks.